Hey everybody, hope you guys are having a fantastic week. Today is Wednesday. You know what that means? We got 2 more days and we're on the weekend. I'm very excited for this weekend. I'm going to be meeting Bray Wyatt, and then it's my girlfriend's family side of her Thanksgiving on Saturday. But today, I'm bringing you another episode of Storytime with Derrz. And last time we left off, we had Venom number 12. So today, we got Venom issue number 13. So we're going to dig right in here. So we left off with Venom kind of being trapped by Meridius in the world, in the garden. And then kind of cuts to him trying to figure out what to do. And then we get introduced to a new character called Wild, saying that basically Eddie Brock and Venom, he's just in an infinite time loop. And he's going to eventually become Bedlam, who eventually kills Dylan, Eddie's son. So he's basically fighting with him, telling him he's not going to turn in that there's a way for him to change that. If he could only figure out a way to get out of here, that would be his way to change things. So he basically, Wild says that there is a way to get out of here, but he doesn't want to kind of tell him. So basically, if you've been following the Venom storyline and the King in Black, excuse me, got ahead of myself. Venom, Eddie Brock, he has control of any symbiote. So if there's any part of anything in any universe or anything, he can transfer his subconscious to it. So it cuts into another dimension. We're not really sure. It doesn't really say where it's at. But basically, there's a piece of the suit in this little flask that these two creatures are experimenting on. He's very small and they're huge. So he basically busts out. They hit him with magic. He gets swallowed up by this dude, and then he busts out of his eye. So he talks to the other dude and tells him to make him grow with some magic. And he's basically saying that he's fine, that they can regenerate in this world, and it doesn't really matter. And one thing that Wild, the other symbiote, kind of hinted to, that Eddie Brock was always thinking about going forward and backwards in time and never to the side. So Eddie tries something different, and he pops up into like a limbo dimension. So as soon as he pops up, he's got wings. He gets all these goblins and demons and stuff are trying to fight him, shooting arrows and stuff. And he basically battles his way across the bridge, taking over all these creatures, fighting his way. And there's basically some chick in like a horse and buggy kind of welcoming him. So when she steps out, it says her name's Madeline Pryor, the Goblin Queen of Limbo. And as I said, I think you might have something in common with a friend of mine, and I think we can help each other. So this is going to be continued into the dark web. I'll be covering all of that on Storytime. So be sure to stay tuned for that, and let's jump into the next book, guys. All right, here we got Ghost Rider number 8, and I'm not going to lie. This is definitely one of my favorite books going on right now. We met Exhaust last time, and then it left off with Johnny and FBI agent Talia Warhol, basically talking about what's going on. So they're kind of piecing together where they're going to go and what everything's going to go on, and they take a couple parts of everything, and then she uses her powers to get a pentagram, and it says they're going to go to where hell burns the hottest, Chicago. So that's where it kind of leaves off. And here we got Jebediah and Alablaster. He's kind of bringing him back from the dead, telling him everything that goes on, that basically Alablaster killed them. So they're on their way to Chicago. And basically there's a dog in the road, and he says, stupid thing, wonder what it was thinking. And she says it wasn't thinking, it was doing what it was told. And then it basically all these like demon bears, and they have no skin on them. They're just like flesh, basically all these animals and deers they're trying to jump through and stop them. So basically she's telling him to activate the Ghost Rider, and he says that's not really how it works. He doesn't really have control of him, but she can bring out the worst in people. So she touches his hand, he touches the car, and then they take off basically to Chicago. And then it cuts to, I think this character's dope, Exhaust. Basically, you can't escape me, Blaze, because you are me. It's a remnant of the Ghost Rider. And this conspiracy goes deep worm, basically talking about how they were trying to kill the Rider. And then it cuts to basically saying the devil made him do it. And I'm very excited for that character to come back. It's been a long time. And so here we got the Rider basically just flying into Chicago. And as he has the powers of the Rider, he sees things in our world that's not really there, like demons and other stuff like that. So basically, he's getting sick. He's seeing illusions. So she kisses him to kind of bring him back to reality. And then it cuts to him saying she tasted ash after she kissed him. She blew out a bunch of, exhaust fumes and stuff. And he says, "Blaze, run." And she's like, "What?" And he says, "Run again." And it just cuts to all these chains coming out of his mouth. So like paneling like this is why I love this book. It's very dark and demented, and I love the artwork in it. So let's move on to the next one. All right, we got Midnight Suns #2. This is definitely making me want to read Strange Academy, since it has some characters from that book that I'm not really too familiar with, so bear with me on those. So it's going to start off with a little flashback, and we have Agatha Harkness kind of talking about everything that they were doing back in the past with the witches and stuff like that, that she basically had to sacrifice them to bring out of this demon that's basically making the world, going to end the world with her flashback. So when we last was at the academy, Dr. Doom popped in, and basically the whole team jumps into action. And we have some cool paneling of them trying to solo Dr. Doom, Wolverine, and then we have Ghost Rider, and then Magic, each trying to take him on, but they're not strong enough to do it as a whole team. And then we got Blade here, and he gets kind of magicked from the bottom. So they finally piece together, and it's real cool because they're like strategizing through the fight, and it's definitely a good read. And then Doom brings all his Doombots to kind of even the odds like he always does. And then it cuts back to them kind of explaining what the apocalypse is going to be like, and why this creature is always here, and he's basically fed all the magic users, and even Doctor Strange has fed from his power before. And then we got them cut back. They're still fighting with Doom. We got 2 paneling of that. Doom's kind of giving them the once over. They can't really do too much, but then she kind of brings out this magic axe and gives it to Blade. So now that they're finally coordinating their attacks, they're getting the upper hand on Dr. Doom, kind of piecing together his Doombots, taking them out, and then at the very end we have Sorcerer Supreme, Clea, pop in. And basically she says that she's going to take over. She doesn't really care what's going on. She's going to handle everything. And then she basically pops everybody into the dark dimension. So kind of curious to see where they're going to leave that. And they're stuck there. They're probably going to figure out trying how to get there. So we got one final book for this story time, and then we're going to wrap it up. We got Thor #28. Like I said, I've been digging these books that they're all kind of tying into each other and branching off with each other. So here we have Donald Blake. If you've read any of the current Thor run and kept up with it, Loki has him trapped under Asgard, and basically a venomous snake is just constantly dripping venom into his eye. So then it cuts back, and they're still fighting Darkoth, the death demon. He has Thor's hammer now, and they're basically, him and Thor are battling, and he's an even match for Thor, even actually getting the upper hand. So basically both hammers hit. Thor and Savelli, they or Scythe, I don't know why I said Savelli, thinking of a different character, jump into action, and now Odin's blood is literally dripping out of the hammer. It's bleeding. So basically Venom, Loki, all of them, they're all trying to battle this demon, trying to basically conjure it. And then Venom says that he's a symbiote. He can form with anything. So he jumps onto Thor, and then I think that's pretty cool. He makes it basically like a venomized Thor. So now the venomized Thor definitely has the upper hand. Loki hits him with some magic, trying to separate the symbiote from the demon, and it actually works. And they basically subdue him from there. And now there's a new hammer formed, and Venom takes it, and he says, "Well spotted, but I didn't lie to you, Thor. I am Eddie Brock." And this is what I thought was super cool, keeping up with the Venom storyline and much more. It's Meridius that was actually the demon the whole time, basically wanting the hammer. So Thor basically hits him with everything he's got, since he's a symbiote, and basically turns him into a little puddle of blood or goop, and then that drips through the ground. And as you can see, that Donald Blake has been trapped down here. The symbiote actually drips down, drips into his eye, and it says, and now in the Underdark of Asgard, there's a serpent. So I think this is super cool. Donny Cates has been killing it. I'm always a fan of his artwork and everything, that and the Hulk. But other than that, man, I'm going to get out of here. Today's Wednesday. Warzone just dropped, so I want to get this edited, get this up, and chill and get some gaming in. But other than that, I have a video for Scotty, his shout out challenge I still need to do. That's coming this week. And then I have Cole's challenge video, his fighting covers, that's coming this week. I'm burning through my books I'm reading, so I got a couple more story times, and then Friday positivity and shout outs. But other than that, man, you guys have been killing it. I think I'm at like, 238 subscribers. So if we hit 12 more, you know what that means. We're going to be on the road to 200 or 300. Blah. My brain's all over the place today after work. Please, if you're still here, sticking around, please use hashtag shout out in all my videos if you have not got yourself added to the board or want to be added to my Friday Positivity shout out board. And we're going to get out of here, man. I love each and every one of you. I hope you guys are having a beautiful week and a beautiful day. Keep it rocking. Keep your head up. Keep that positivity strong. And as always, I hope you guys find what you're looking for. Thank you.